Hello there. For all you Hamilton fans out there, I love it.
That's right. I'm about to monologue, son.
I used to say that I never used to enjoy musicals, but it's funny, now that I actually think about it, I have really always loved musicals. I mean, I loved Oliver Twist, I loved Evita, I loved every original classic Disney movie. I mean, let's face it, those are primarily musicals. Um, there are several more in my head that I just the Grease, yeah, Moulin Rouge. Surprisingly, yeah, I enjoy them. I mean, there's something about it that just seems to work, especially when they kind of do a music like fighting scene. Those are always interesting, humorous. So. Not humorous, but they seem to actually be action packed sometimes because the music keeps a rhythm that is just like upbeat. And Hamilton, I just loved. It is surprising realizing because I didn't know much about. I'm going to butcher his name. The Lin Lim, the writer, creator of it. He played Hamilton. I didn't know how many songs he had actually written for many different movies, many different things. I had always seen him in stuff. I mean, the first time I ever saw him was in House MD, where he played Alvy, Juan Alvarez, I think his name was, and went by Alvy. That was the first time I had ever seen him, and he's just this guy in the mental institution just busting out rhymes and all that, having to rhyme everything. And I was like, I like this dude. He seems fun. He seems witty. I wish they kept him around. They bring him back eventually, but he doesn't seem to always be that character. The first time I ever saw him where he wasn't rhyming was actually in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where he plays like Amy's brother, the awesome brother, the best at everything brother. And I actually enjoyed that. So I love the fact that he can actually act because it was just always rhyming and always he's amazing at it. He has great talent, and to see him actually write, create, act, I believe I can't say he actually choreographed the whole thing because that would take a lot of stage plays and actors and just to plan that out, because I think that would be too much for one mind to do, to think about every person's role. But the fact that he could write that, of course, my favorite song is Wait for It. I love Say No to This, Washington in Your Corner, something like that. Yeah, there are a ton of songs in here which I can listen to over and over again. Some of which, of course, I just like, yeah, I don't need to listen to this one. I can skip it. It doesn't serve a purpose to the story for me. I can skip it. So it's like one of those things that's just like, yeah, but yeah, well, it's just an amazingly well done. Basically, I've always wished we've had more of this. Basically, history. I'm saying basically too much. I need a T-shirt that just says basically on it. I need. I'm thinking T-shirts. I feel like we need more of this because this is just iconic. The history being told through play form. The fact that it was a book, because honestly, I went to look up the book and I need to start reading it because of the play. I realized that it was out there about basically this founding father who is unknown to everyone. He fell under the radar because he died at a much younger age and apparently wasn't well liked to the other ones. I haven't entirely read the book. I'll find out later as I get through it. But I do love the fact that it's history being taught in a modern form. I did kind of find funny that the cast, I was like, wait a minute, wasn't that person white? Wasn't that person white? But then I thought about it. I was just like, oh yeah, this is theater. You get who can do the job. Who cares if they're white or black? You get who can do the job. But I was getting confused half the time because I was like, wait a minute. That in history, that's a white dude. Because I was thinking just like that would have been very questionable how he got to that position at that point in time. Yeah, so I found that kind of interesting. But I was like, yeah, I love it. I love it through and through the entire cast. Honestly, my favorite would have been King George. I love the entire outfit, the entire getup. He was like the only one that was completely getup from head to toe, and I think that's the only thing he did, because every time he only came out at the end with a white coat on. I tried trying to see, because I've seen it several times now. I tried trying to see if I'd see him anywhere else in the background, because everyone was a ensemble, and I never saw him again. It was just like he played King George, and honestly, in the credits, I think he was an ensemble, but I never saw him back there. I did see one mistake though. One of the people, I think it's the third or fourth song in, where he's on his knees. It's there for an instant before they change the camera angle. Slips on the disc that's moving, so he kind of falls on his side, and then he kind of corrects it in the next scene because they edit like right when he starts to slip, they edit. That's the only mistake I could find in the entire thing, but I still love it. I could watch. I've seen it probably 7 times now. Throw it on in the background and I start singing as I'm doing other things. Yeah, because well, I'm the type of person who always needs the TV on as I'm working on other projects, as I'm like editing or as I'm writing, as I'm doing everything else. It's good to have background noise on, and this has become one of those things that I can throw on in the background and just let run. So I love musicals. I wish there were more out there. I mean, I'm someone who loved the shoot, what's it called? The live theater live. Yeah, I've always enjoyed those. Me, I come from a small town. I live in the country. I've never had access to this kind of play. I've never had access to this kind of performance. The closest thing I got was when I lived in San Francisco. I saw the Book of Mormon, which I enjoyed. I just loved it. So I wish they would do more of this for those of us who can't go out and honestly can't afford to go out because we lack the income to do these kinds of things. Because I would have loved to have been there, would have loved to have seen it, but this is the closest thing I can get to it right now. So I'll take it as is, because you cannot see this kind of stuff normally. And honestly, it would make money to just record them and send them out there, because people are interested to watch them, especially those like me who can't go out and do that kind of thing. We just don't have the time, don't have the ability. It's just not in the cards for us. Yeah, but I love this. I think I've just been praising it the entire time. Yeah, Wait For It, still my all-time favorite song. I can hear that over and over again. That and all the King George's songs. Those I've listened to several times over as well.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.